Imagine a country you could walk across in under an hour. Yet its history spans centuries and its influence reaches across the globe. Welcome to Europe's microstates: Monaco, Vatican City, San Marino, Liechtenstein, and Andorra. These tiny sovereign lands may cover just a few square kilometers, but their tales are anything but small. Why do these microstates exist at all, sandwiched between larger neighbors? How have they navigated empires, wars, and political upheaval to remain independent? And what lessons can the world learn from their resilience, economic savvy, and diplomatic finesse? In this video, we'll leap beyond the tourist postcards to uncover the hidden histories, unexpected dramas, and enduring legacies of Europe's smallest nations. Get ready for intrigue, high-stakes diplomacy, and the proof that sometimes the biggest stories come in the smallest packages. At just 2 square kilometers, Monaco is billed as the world's second smallest country. But don't let its size fool you. Since 1297, the Grimaldi dynasty has ruled this sun-drenched slice of the Côte d'Azur, surviving rival nobles, Napoleon's armies, and even a near bankruptcy in the mid-1800s. The turning point? In 1863, Prince Charles III legalized gambling to rescue the state treasury. The gamble paid off. The legendary Monte Carlo casino was born, and aristocrats, tycoons, and movie stars flocked to gamble their fortunes. By cleverly positioning itself as a tax haven, no income tax on residents, Monaco became a glittering playground for the ultra-wealthy. Yet beneath the flash cars and red carpet glamour, Monaco has leveraged its small size into political stability. With a strict residency system and a constitution that balances princely power with a national council, Monaco sustains a per capita GDP rivaling any European power. Curious how 38,000 residents can wield such outsized wealth and influence? Stick around. Monaco's blend of old-world royalty and razor-sharp economics turns tiny territory into global clout. Clocking in at a mere 44 hectares, Vatican City is the world's smallest independent state, and yet it commands unparalleled spiritual authority. Established in 1929 by the Lateran Treaty, Vatican City crystallized the long-standing conflict between the papacy and the Italian state. Within its walls sit St. Peter's Basilica, Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling, and the unbroken lineage of popes stretching back 2 millennia. More than tourism, though, the Vatican functions as a global center of diplomacy. Over 180 states maintain formal relations with the Holy See, tapping into its moral influence on issues from human rights to environmental stewardship. Consider this: a state smaller than most city parks negotiates treaties, dispatches ambassadors, and issues its own coins and stamps, legal tender in dozens of countries. And with fewer than 1,000 citizens, governance is hyper-efficient. The Pontifical Commission of Cardinals oversees everything from the Vatican Library to global charity operations. How does this tiny state wield such enormous soft power? It's all rooted in faith, history, and a relentless pursuit of cultural heritage. And whether you're devout or secular, the Vatican's influence is a reminder that sovereignty isn't just land, it's ideas and ideals that transcend borders. Perched on Mount Titano and completely surrounded by Italy, the Republic of San Marino claims to be the world's oldest surviving republic, founded in AD 301 by a stonemason named Marinus. While empires rose and fell around it, San Marino clung to independence through shrewd diplomacy, offering sanctuary to exiles and background alliances rather than outright power plays. By the Middle Ages, San Marino pioneered what we now call constitutional government. Its governing councils, elected by citizens, predated many modern parliaments. In 1600, the Republic's written statutes became its de facto constitution. Centuries before conceived in liberty became a rallying cry elsewhere. Today, with just over 34,000 people, San Marino balances tourism. Its medieval towers draw millions annually, with niche industries like ceramics and microelectronics. Its citizens pay no inheritance tax, and its banking secrecy laws once rivaled those of Switzerland, though recent reforms have increased transparency. What can a tiny republic teach about democratic resilience? For one, size isn't destiny. San Marino's commitment to civic participation and constitutional rule has outlasted neighbors 10 times its size. Tucked between Switzerland and Austria, the Principality of Liechtenstein covers 160 square kilometers of rugged Alpine terrain, and yet it boasts one of the world's highest GDPs per capita. How did this landlocked monarchy transform from a feudal backwater to an economic powerhouse? The story begins in 1719 when Emperor Charles VI elevated the Liechtenstein family's estates to sovereign status. But it wasn't until the 20th century that Liechtenstein reinvented itself. Low taxes lured financial firms, while customs and currency unions with Switzerland cemented economic stability. Today, global brands like Hilti, Tooling Technology, and Ivoclar Vivident dental products are headquartered here. With a skilled workforce drawn from across the Rhine, Liechtenstein invests heavily in education, research, and sustainable energy, harnessing Alpine hydropower and promoting ecotourism. What happens when a microstate embraces innovation over inertia? In Liechtenstein, you see that nimble governance and targeted industrial policy can turn mountains into magnets for talent and investment. Straddling the spine of the Pyrenees between Spain and France, the Principality of Andorra is co-ruled by two princes, the President of France and the Bishop of Urgell, Spain. This unique diarchy dates to a 13th century peerage, agreement designed to end border disputes, yet it endures today. For centuries, Andorra's remote valleys thrived on subsistence agriculture and wool trade. In the 20th century, it reinvented itself as a tax-friendly shopping haven and ski paradise. With no income tax until 2015, Andorra became Europe's retail mecca, drawing shoppers from across the continent. Modern Andorra balances tourism with financial services, working to shed its tax haven label via transparency treaties. And despite a population under 80,000, Andorra's parliamentary system, combining Catalan traditions with modern governance, has built some of Europe's highest life expectancies and lowest crime rates. What's the secret? A blend of diplomatic neutrality, economic adaptability, and mountains-strong community bonds that turn isolation into advantage. From Monaco's casino chips to the Vatican's papal tiaras, from San Marino's ancient statutes to Liechtenstein's cutting-edge clinics, from Andorra's snowy slopes to its shopping boulevards, Europe's microstates prove that sovereignty isn't measured in square kilometers. These tiny lands thrive by embracing unique histories, innovative economies, and flexible diplomacy. They remind us that sometimes the smallest players leave the biggest footprints. Which microstate surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you learned something new, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating hidden histories. See you next time.